This particular season that we're in is like one of the best times to wear your warm, spicy fragrances. They can be very cozy, very inviting as well. Now, 8 great spicy fragrances, arguably the best in my collection. See, when it comes to spicy fragrances, I like my spicy fragrances in a particular way. I love spices in fragrances. However, I do not really care for, all the time, sometimes yes, more oftentimes no, brute force spicy fragrances. I love my spices blended with other ingredients, maybe to help smoothen them out or to kind of paint a clear image of particular fragrances. Now, I know that sounds pretty vague and somewhat confusing, but when I reveal the fragrances, it will make more sense as to what I'm saying here in the introduction of today's video. I suggest that you stay tuned so you can learn about 8 phenomenal spicy fragrances. Again, arguably the best in my collection. Stay right there. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's go. Maybe I should have stated very palatable spices, right? Anyway, guys, welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. My name is Dave. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. That's going to help me with the visibility here on this particular platform. Don't forget to leave comments below. I love reading your comments. You guys, I'll tell you, you recommend great fragrances, many of which I've never tried. So I always love hearing from you guys. Share that in the comments section below. Do not forget to turn all notifications out and be a real one. Share this video out. With all that out of the way, let's get started with the first fragrance. A very palatable coffee-based scent with a few other extras going on in it. This one from Gentleman's Nod. This is called Sadama. There it is right there on the cap there. Beautiful, beautiful coffee-based scent with fruity nuances. Lightly hints at maybe a tropical feel as well. But make no mistake about it, it does have its darker elements as well. For notes, we have coffee, rum absolute, creamy apricot, mixed berries, tropicalone, iris, dark chocolate, coffee wood, vetiver, akanax, ivy wood, and patchouli. So yes, as you could see, it is a fruity coffee-based scent with some touches of woods there with the patchouli and with the vetiver as well. Dark chocolate adds this nice creamy chocolatey feel, surprisingly. Just kidding. Chocolatey feel to the scent with rum adding a hint of spice. Is this going to be the spiciest fragrance on this list? No, it is not. In fact, it is the least spiciest on this spicy list, but the spiciness is there. You will pick it up. To my nose, it's coming from the patchouli, the vetiver, and the rum absolute, with the emphasis more so on the rum absolute. It wears on my skin like a spiced rum. If you've ever had Captain Morgan's, not my favorite type of rum, but it kind of almost has that presence to it. Not bad the way it's done here. I'm just saying that brand of rum is not really my favorite. Woo! Save my transition there. Yeah, great coffee-based scent. I have... I told you guys a while back that I do plan on doing a coffee list here on the channel very soon for you guys. This is fantastic. What I really love about this is it has these gourmand touches, more so like with the berries and that. And it's different. It's much different of a coffee scent than what you would normally or commonly find, like with vanilla and sweet cream. I love those scents as well, but I'm just stating that this is unique. It stands on its own, and yes, you can get samples from Gentleman's Nod website. I highly encourage you to check this one out. Like I said, it's very unique. It has those gourmand touches with the berries, with the chocolate, but not necessarily smelling like a gourmand through and through. And the boozy touches and the earthy, woody combination with the vetiver and patchouli. Great scent. Lightly spiced. Spice is still there. I did want to feature this because, this is all about being palatable, being great as well, but nose pleasing, as I like to say. So again, this is Sadama by Gentleman's Nod. Mr. Bottle Flip, the Bottle Flip King. The next fragrance is London from Primera Perfumes. My good Lord, man, this is one of my very favorites from this brand. I just love this. I especially love this for the cold, rainy days here in Pennsylvania. So, are you guys fans of that? Do you guys like have particular scents that you like to select for a rainy day? For me, this is one of them. This is very grown up, sophisticated. Does come across a bit on the masculine side to to my nose for my particular taste. So with this one here, we have lavender, mandarin, fig milk, spices, ylang-ylang, white oud, saffron, caramel, tonka, tobacco, and patchouli. So obviously you could see there some different spices here. Like saffron, right? So saffron we know, or maybe you don't know. I'm not sure, but if you don't, saffron is typically or commonly found in a leather accord. Here it comes across spicy. I don't really detect a leathery presence from the saffron. I just get more of an emphasis on the spices. The patchouli here is a dried, spicy patchouli. So once again, patchouli creating that spice. Again, not a spicy note per se, like a cinnamon or a nutmeg or anything like that, but creating a nice spicy feel with the within the fragrance here. A fantastic wear. I would definitely wear this with something like I'm wearing today. This is very, again, very sophisticated, very elegant, manly, dressed up, well-groomed, kind of like myself. Anyway, that once again is London by Primera Perfumes. A stunning fragrance, guys. Definitely get yourself a sample and try this one out. Moving on to Imperial Armani. This one here is Stronger With You, absolutely. Now, this fragrance caused a little bit of a stir. Definitely a buzz, but also a stir at the same time. When this dropped, I remember there was many things saying that this was a limited edition or hard to find, and it wasn't released in certain parts of the world, and all kinds of craziness happened, which is irrelevant to the video, but funny because you could now find this at discounters. I even checked right before I started recording, and you can actually get a sample of this from FragranceNet. I'm not affiliated or sponsored. That's just some research that I did for you guys. So Stronger With You, absolutely. This fragrance took me by surprise. I was not expecting this. I was expecting this to be just a kind of a cheap, cheesy designer fragrance with not so much going on. I'm actually going to spray this one, and I was really surprised. This is a beautiful combination to me. See, they don't credit all the notes here. They give you a blurb of nonsense, if I'm being quite honest. See, I get a combination of cinnamon, nutmeg. I get a little bit of this nuttiness, almost reminiscent to like an almond. This smells like it could have been a Guerlain fragrance. It reminds me of Guerlain Ideal, the red fragrance. I'm drawing a blank. I'll put a picture of it down here or down there somewhere. Kind of smells like that a little bit. Very boozy though. I believe it's rum that they credit as a note here. It's vanillic as well. Very, very spicy. Very spicy. Intense red cinnamon. Spicy, the bottle, the color of the bottle is perfect because it has like this, this red, intense red, spicy nature to it. Very boozy, almost like candy-like with how sweet it is, ambery for sure. Just a fantastic fragrance all in all. I really enjoy this one. It is potent. It is a very loud fragrance. So with this one here, it looks like I really haven't worn much of the bottle because I only do 2 sprays of this because it's so intensely strong that you don't need much with this one. And very happy to have this in my collection. I'm glad that I saw it, out there online with various discounters and things like that. And, samples made available so you guys don't have to blind buy and things like that. Because I'm not quite sure if this has a, shame on me. I should have researched this portion of it. I'm not sure if this saw a full release in the States or not. So I'm not sure if you can actually go into a Macy's or a Sephora or whatever and actually smell this one. You may just have to order a sample of it online. I blind bought it. So, I mean, there's that, but I did that so you don't have to. And I'm here with a boatload of information about Stronger With You for you, because that's how much I care about you guys. If you are looking for an intense, spicy, warm, spicy fragrance with hints of nutmeg and cinnamon, vanilla and booziness, this is the jam right here, guys. Check it out. Stronger with You, absolutely, from Imperio Armani. Moving on to the House of Initio. This one here is Rehab. And this is a tester bottle that I got a phenomenal deal on this. So I pick up the tester. I'll read off the notes to you that are right on the back. So we have bergamot, lavender, cedarwood, patchouli, sandalwood, hedione, and white musks. So this resembles Rehab. Many people say this is the niche take on Rehab. I agree and disagree at the same time. So it does resemble Spice Bomb. We could say that it was inspired by Spice Bomb. I don't think it smells like 90%, 80 to 90% to Spice Bomb like some others say. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I just don't see the that it makes that much of a resemblance. But in any case, we'll go with sure. So the spiciness here, the lavender does present a bit of a spice, adding this cold, airy, aromatic feel to it, which oftentimes lavender does, speak in that way to me. You have patchouli, again, creating that spicy feel. You could have fooled me. You could have said there's saffron in here. I totally would have believed you because I do pick up on some spicy saffron, maybe a little bit of tobacco in here as well. Fantastic stuff. So once again, you could see there's a light spicy presence here, but it's not necessarily an intense or overwhelming spicy composition or fragrance, right? So it's not going to be very challenging or off or just intensely spicy, right? Very palatable, very easy to wear. That's, again, the way that I really wanted to make this list, right? Create this list, if you will. This stuff here, Initio Rehab, fantastic. All-day performance out of this. Love this stuff. One of my favorites for fall as well, which makes sense because I am a big fan of Spice Bomb. So anything that closely resembles Spice Bomb, I'm going to like it. We have another designer flanker. This is from Tom Ford this time. This one is called Noir Extreme Parfum. Right there. There we go. Noir Extreme Parfum. Super reflective. Freaking awesome, man. Awesome stuff. So with this one here, they said, screw the regular ginger. They said, we're going to give you Shimoga ginger because we don't play around with that regular basic ginger. We give you some extra special stuff in here. But also what you have contrasted with that ginger is you have spicy cardamom. You have that Colfe Accord from the original that is still present in here. I don't think they credited the Colfe Accord, but still here for sure. Vanilla in this one is just amped up, much stronger, much louder, performs much better, lasts a lot longer. 6 to 8 hours with this one, easy, maybe even 9 hours. This one is awesome. I encourage you to wear this out on a date. Wear this when you want to get warm and cozy with your significant other, your partner, whatever. This fragrance is amazing. It's freaking amazing. I absolutely love it. This, once again, is Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. Everybody needs at least one spicy vanilla fragrance in their collection, and let this be the one. This is Notorieta from Maison de Darius. My man Zachary perfumed a beauty here. A beauty. This stuff, I want to spray this because this fragrance is just magical. It will remind you of Herod. It will remind you of Silky Woods. Like if they had a baby, it would be this. This is intense. It's strong. But my God, is this stuff sexy and sensual. This is so freaking good. So the credited notes are amber, caramel, oud, vanilla, violet, sandalwood, and musk, right? I get a little bit of a tobacco vibe here. It's definitely smoky with that oud, but the oud doesn't come across as medicinal. It's not going to be your animalic oud. It's a very smooth oud, and that's the way it is across the Maison de Darius line with the particular oud that he uses. Very smooth, very palatable, nothing crazy. This right here is a smoky, woody type of oud. Very easy to wear. Again, not challenging at all, not in the least bit. Just this spicy, smoky vanilla. Oh, it's amazing, man. Really, really amazing. And Zachary, he's being a little trickster because he's definitely not giving us all the notes. Because here, I definitely get warm spices. So what comes to mind instantly when this fragrance starts to dry down is cinnamon. So I'm going to go with, it is this spiked vanilla with cinnamon. Perhaps a touch of nutmeg. A tad of nutmeg would have made sense too, but my God, man, this stuff is gorgeous. You'll definitely get the caramel, and the caramel kind of hits you and goes away and then pops out every now and again because it's nuanced, right? That's one thing I love about Maison de Darius fragrances is they're very complex. They're not linear scents. You get different nuances and transitions at different points throughout the course of the wearing. I'll actually show you one of the new bottles right over here. Give me a second. Magic of editing about to commence. Right here, old bottle style. As you could see right there, this is the old bottle style here. Right here, this is the new bottle style. So you could see it's the gradient bottle design with the caps. Obviously went through a change here. And the atomizers are still the same. This is a beautiful scent too, but we're not going to talk about that. Strictly talking about Notorietta, the performance here. So performance is great. All day performance. Beautiful, beautiful sillage that lingers on in the air. Fantastic sillage. Very sexy, alluring. I love this stuff. You need a spicy smoked vanilla in your life, and I'm telling you, let this be the one. I said it once, and I'm saying it again because I got nothing. Honestly, I just felt like saying that, just because. Let's move on. Now it's getting weird. One of my favorites from the Italian niche house of Lorenzo Pazia. This is Primera right here, right? So if you don't know, you're about to find out. This is based off or inspired by the Italian pasta dish carbonara. Okay, I'm very familiar with the dish. I'm not going to get into it. I'm Italian. You guys know that. I grew up in a traditional Italian household where my grandparents barely spoke a lick of English. Actually, their English might have been better than mine is at the current moment. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Carbonara is beautiful because we take that, Lorenzo takes the inspiration from the dish, which he also is a chef as well. So very talented guy. So he took that inspiration. What he created here is something beautiful because this is a spicy, creamy, infused creation, right? With notes like pink pepper, black pepper, elemi resin, coconut, smoke, Malabar pepper, jasmine, Davana, rum. You have amber, cane sugar, bourbon, vanilla, agarwood or oud, and sandalwood. You could see that this is a spicy, woody scent with the gourmand touches that I mentioned, the vanilla, the coconut. Does this smell gourmandish? Does this smell like coconut? Those are questions, very relevant questions that you're probably asking yourself. And the answer is simply no, not at all. This is a creamy, spicy scent. Very, very pleasing to the nose. Very pleasing. When this stuff, when you're moving about and this gets out in the air and people start to smell you, man, they're going to want to know what you're smelling. I love this stuff so much. One of my favorite creations from the house. In fact, I think it's one of his more popular ones, right up there with Summer Hammer and Sangria. Maybe with the launch of Sangria, it got knocked down a level. But Carbonara, guys, if you're looking for a spicy, creamy scent that is just so appealing check this one out. And this is pretty versatile too. Like, you could dress this one up like how I'm dressed today, or you could dress this down with like maybe like a polo and khakis, you know, that sort of a thing. A great scent here. Definitely check this out. Check out the house of Lorenzo Pazia. He puts out some masterful work, man. This again is Carbonara from Lorenzo Pazia. You guys know how I do around here. I've spoken about Carbonara quite a bit, you know, especially recently, but I'm going to leave you off with the inspiration of this list. And I wore this fragrance as my scent of the day today, and I absolutely love this tea-based scent. This is from the House of Chris Collins, or the World of Chris Collins, if we're talking about the website. This is African Rooibos, a phenomenal take on tea, a spicy tea scent that just is my God, it's so good, man. It's so good. You don't need many sprays with this one. 6, 7 sprays. It's going to last you all day. You get an easy 8, 9 hours out of this, and then it sits closer to the skin and lingers on a bit longer after that. I could still smell it on me 12 hours later. I smell fantastic, but it's lightly there. 12 hours later, it's lightly there. You know, it's a skin scent at this point, but my God, is this gorgeous. My God, is this beautiful, man. A great creation here. So with African Rooibos, we have bergamot, cardamom, black pepper, Rooibos tea accord, orris butter, cedarwood, tonka bean, and immortelle flower absolute. So the one thing, well, you know what? Let me back up. I first tried this at Perfumology. I don't know. It had to be the beginning of summer, and this was love at first sniff. Sprayed on my skin, wore it the whole day. Had to pick up a bottle because I fell in love with this. So with this creation here, you have the spices, the black pepper that I mentioned. You have the cardamom again. And the orris butter does add this buttery, almost like creamy facet to the fragrance. The immortelle is lightly there. Overall, what I get is this spicy brewed tea experience. But man, you want to talk about a compliment getter. This is a magnet for compliments. And I know I said it in the past that I don't really care about compliments. Like, when they happen, that's great. It feels good in the moment, but it's not what I live for. It's about me. It's about my experience with the fragrance. But let me tell you, when people are coming up and, you know, they're saying how great I smell and things like that, I report that stuff back to you guys because I know like 95% of you out there watching this video care more about that stuff than I do, but it's still my job, or I feel like it's my job to report that to you. This is great. It is so great. It's cozy. It's inviting. Like, seriously, sometimes after 10 hours, I get annoyed with smelling a scent. With this one, I loved the way that I smelled all day with the scent. Glad that I chose this as my scent of the day. I'll definitely be wearing it many more times as we head into, further into the fall season. A great fragrance, guys. When you have the opportunity, definitely get your nose on African Rooibos from Chris Collins and check this one out. I'll be honest with you guys. His house, the house of Chris Collins, is one worth checking out. I was blown away by many creations that he has to offer. So great work, and can't wait to see like what the future holds for future releases from that brand and from Lorenzo Pazia as well. I heard that he has a couple new one new release coming out. I saw the news break there on Instagram. So anyway, guys, that's my video today. 8 of the best spicy fragrances in my collection that I share with you. I do hope that you'll have the opportunity soon to check those out. I will check you out very soon in another video. Until that time comes, take care of yourself, take care of each other, love yourself and each other. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace.